All right, so we here for another episode. I'm already knowing, and I'm here with my uncle for another one. You had to know we was gonna do another one. What's going on with you, Unc?
What's going on with you, Neff? What's up, peoples? Anybody watching? What's good with you? Don't mind my big old hand coming across the screen.
But I had to bring you in here because a lot of the music that I grew up listening to, you put me on it, and
True.
besides like Jay and Bone and all of that, you really had me on 50, and I just decided to, I see a lot of bullshit ass videos of people like, 50, most savages moments or the most wildest shit he ever did, and I don't really feel like they ever really put their finger on what he really did. You know what I'm saying? The cats, like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think people really understood because the guy top 10, I think it was like, him throwing shade to like, artists, like wasn't even people that was rappers. It was like actors and
Right.
actors. And I'm like, come on now, 50 done did like he didn't beef with killers, as you have
Right.
brought to my
Right.
attention before. Like 50 has beef with real killers before. So I had started off with the job beef. And
Okay.
and they claimed that, so this what happened. I guess they say that like Ja, like I guess played 50 to the left or something, like I guess 50, they say that 50 knew the person that had just robbed Ja homie or something. And so
Right.
fifth, I guess they were supposed to been talking or something, and they end up, I guess, beefing with each other, and it just went from there. It just escalated. I mean, it was kind of like scrambled, but it was like basically like 50 knew a nigga that had did some fucked up shit to Ja.
Right.
And
Right.
they didn't like that 50 was hanging out with the nigga. They basically associated 50 with him. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, how did that shit escalate to M having beef with this man? I mean, I knew the M shit because the little lyric that M had said. That Ja had said. What was that? That M's your mother's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut. So what M's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be when she grows up? Yeah, I remember that. But what the hell happened for
Ja
him?
was some savage shit for about
Yeah,
five
he was
weeks.
wilding.
he,
Like,
he was wild 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Didn't even remember he was Ja Rule. Nah. That 50 Cent thing, to the best of my memory, the 50 Cent thing was basically some street shit. The the beef with Ja 50 came from Ja and Murder Inc. being initiated with Kenneth uh whatever the fuck his last name is. The dude that
Supreme.
50 Supreme Team. Murder Inc. was associated with them, affiliated with them, or whatever, and that affiliation is what drove 50 to have with them. As far as rule them and all that with Eminem, that's more of just some hip hop rap crew type of beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, because for Eminem, it was always about the lyrical combat. It wasn't about no street. It was my crew rap better than yours. With 50, the beef was deeper though. You know what I'm saying? This was like motherfuckers that actually got stabbed. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like people was actually in the streets doing shit to each other. So yeah, it was just brought into that basically signed 50 Cent. Ja Rule was dumb enough to mention Halen.
But
So
he
goes his
but so
career.
so did Ja disrespect Dre? Because around the time, Dre was getting down on Jermaine Dupri.
Now I never don't remember a single lyric of Ja Rule dissing Dr. Dre. Not a single time. I don't personally remember. It could have happened, but I don't remember it because Dre wasn't really involved in those beefs and stuff. Like Dre wasn't. Dre just this dude was fresh off of Death Row Records, where like the artist was dying. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like for him, the dudes is out here dying for real. I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to be one of the richest dudes in the game, and I ain't got time for all this back and forth arguing. I could see that mentality coming from him, but he got involved because Jermaine Dupri and I'm not that familiar with Jermaine Dupri's library. Well, I can't even. Hey, all right, baby. I can see you later. See you later. It's not like I was recording or nothing. But anyway,
Oh
um, I'm not that familiar with Jermaine Dupri's catalog where I can like a pinpoint where he did the only remember anything Jermaine Dupri pre in the West Coast or Doc thing is that somebody called out that Dre basically stole Snoop Dogg's style
Right.
when he was producing the crisscross. That's the only correlation. Deeper than that, it could have been something crazy happening behind the scenes that people don't know about. But as far as actual music and anybody mentioning something, somebody called him out for stealing Snoop style with that the Brat Funkified and shit. Pretty much the first and Lil Bow Wow, because Lil Bow Wow was actually with Jermaine Dupri after he left,
Right.
doing music with Snoop.
So that so what did JD say about Dre then? Like, cause it just the shit went haywire. Cause remember M had dropped that song. Well, we gonna get back into the whole 50 beat, but remember M had dropped that song talking about how much beef he inherited.
Yeah.
What was that, Toy Soldiers, when he ironically made the video of Proof getting killed and Proof actually got killed?
Yeah, the one that died. Yeah, that's weird as shit. But no, I like I said, Jermaine Dupri can't rap. So I don't know what he could have said.
Right.
Because I wouldn't take the time to listen to Jermaine Dupri. Like I listen to more Ja Rule and Cadillac Ty and all them from Murder Inc. than I would ever listen to anything
Hey, Ty
Jermaine
was
Dupri.
trash.
They were trash, and that was my point. I would rather listen to them than listen to Jermaine Dupri. That's how bad he is.
I just seen a video of to really explain to people how bad it got for Ja. It got so bad to the point where, I mean, they could say the IRS shit did it to him. You know what I'm saying? Did it to Murder Inc. because they all end up getting locked up and shit. But I don't know why. But what made X and Bust get on him? Like Busta Rhymes, like I didn't expect him but DMX competitive in the first place. He was very competitive, but Busta, what was up with that? Like he was talking about like Ja was talking about Violator, or he was trying to get somebody from Violator. I don't know what that shit was about.
Okay, so here's the other side to this. So now when you're talking about Ja Rule, you talking about not just Ja Rule X, but you talking about Ja Rule X, Nas, Jay, Busta, Jada, everybody, because at that time everybody was trying to be the king of New York. That was the phrase. New York, king of New York. Everybody want to be Frank White. Everybody want to be the new Biggie. A cat like Ja, who came in, DMX and Jay. They had a group. They hook up. And and the funny thing about it, DMX doing a job, but nobody remember the shots he was taking at Jay-Z.
Right.
And so like X went at Jay too. And Jay, might have dropped a hint or two here and there, might, a little love tap as they call it, just to let them know, you know what I'm saying? It could get real out here. But no, Ja Rule, his beef with X was more basically which one is gonna be the next Tupac. That's what it felt like to me. Anything factual about that, you can't really say, because like I said at the time, everybody in New York was going at each other's head.
Yeah.
Everybody in New York was going at each other, taking shots at each other.
I mean, it's probably subliminal. All them shits probably was subliminal.
It was a lot of subliminal shots. Like that's why I said a lot of people don't even know. Like people not even going to acknowledge X taking shots at Jay. Like on that first Jadakiss solo CD. That here we go again. Wait, was that on X or Jada?
That's X. That had to be X. I don't think that was Jada.
I think that's on Jadakiss. Here we go again. Yeah, it was on Jada. And Jada was dissing Beans. And then X would come up and he'd taking shots at Jay. And but he wouldn't say his name. He said, I only gave you the crown so I could knock it off your fucking head. Mm. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, when the last time you seen X even talk about Jay in the fucking video for was it X is gonna give it to you or what's my name? It was the What's My Name video, and Jay-Z was in the background, and X was basically giving him props like he the dude. You know what I'm saying? But basically X is like, nigga, I only gave you the crown to knock it off your fucking head. Everybody, like I said, that was the competitive side of hip hop. Everybody was going at each other at that time. In New York, at least.
Yeah.
Where
I mean,
Atlanta and in the West Coast, everybody was making anthems about their city and trying to have love.
yeah, but that
New
was
York
good though.
self-destructed after 50 showed up.
Hey,
New
but
York hip hop scene.
you seen that interview on Breakfast Club when that nigga was like, when Jay was like, "Yo, I told everybody in the studio, flood the streets, put as much music as you can put out, cause 50 coming."
Mm.
And he was like, I went in there, told Bleak, I told everybody, flood the streets. And it was like, and the club had dropped, and it was too late. He was like, everybody had to sit back and wait for that wave to go through.
Yeah. I mean, listen. A lot of it was only 3 times in hip hop where somebody immediate impact on the game was so that it's undeniable that they gonna be that dude for a minute. Like I remember seeing Snoop Dogg show up on Dr. Dre's deep cover video. Movie I think the movie's deep cover. It was a Dope Boy movie, and yeah, Snoop Dogg and Dr. That song I can feel the deep cover shit. And the next time I saw Snoop Dogg was on the magazine cover, and it was like the most anticipated debut album in the history of hip hop. And like when dropped that first Doggy Style album, it was it was over. The West Coast literally took over hip hop from that, and really, even with Biggie, like no disrespect to Biggie or Biggie shit. Biggie was in a taste for a lot of people. Biggie was out with, you know, that rap with his D and stuff.
People wanna fight me because I say Biggie ain't that, you know what I'm saying, that dude. Like I didn't like Biggie rhymes. Like he was Rick Ross.
Biggie was extremely talented and very witty, and he was the type of witty tell this dude is real quick in the brain, and he would say some dope ass shit. And he had a lot of memorable moments. Only two albums. Let's keep it 100. Suicide Thoughts, one more shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he had legit bang for his first 2 albums. But what I was saying, that even his impact, he blew up after getting in the game a little bit. Nobody knew who 50 was. You had to be like a real serious hip hop head. Like arguing with a dude I was working with, and when I was telling him how 50 was with Nas and them, with the Bravehearts, and motherfucker just flat out told me 50 was never with them. Ooh, you know, just crazy.
I know that.
Right, but it's like, bro, you don't actually listen to hip hop. The first time I heard this, man, this be that dude, because he said I got.
Now you know who I rap with.
He said, I got a text named Tina, and then I called Nina. 2 niggas with after they seen her. I was like, oh, who is this dude? Like, I was like, this. Bro, we have been waiting for a motherfucker to come out to be like that Ice Cube, that, you know, because Cube had went on to making Friday. Are we there yet? And all this shit. And the movie Scarface was getting older. He started preaching in a lot of his songs. DMX was barking on tracks and shit. We needed a nigga who came in the game, and like Snoop Dogg was wearing Shirley Temple curls and carrots around this time. Niggas forget that French tip finger. I'll never forget
French tip fingernails.
that nigga. I'm gonna text you pictures, bro. I remember when I seen that shit. That French tip finger, he had a big ass purple fucking purse. He was one of the early adopters of niggas wearing purses, but you didn't have hard like that represented some uncompromised shit. You know. You had like Kiss No can't say they was hard all the time. Them niggas turned hard and got fucked over by Puff. Them niggas was in the suits with Mason them. You know what I'm saying? Dancing, bad boy, all that. They was on videos with Mariah Carey and shit. And then you had a nigga 50. He just came through. Some aggressive like hip hop New York you ever heard in your life. You couldn't. And then like the story made sense. Like. That backstory, because with 100 with you, we didn't was a crip until about the 3rd or 4th album. Like banging shit, all that shit. Why was the Snoop in the first album? Barely Snoop on the second album. We know Snoop was no banger until damn near the third album. Be from LA and understand all these little secret lingo to know that he was a gangbanger. Anybody outside of LA, some shit like that, nobody ain't know that. Dude rapping from the West Coast.
Yeah.
But we didn't have no hard motherfuckers like that. And then next thing you know, he just filled that void, and that was started taking the shirt off and singing. That's but he did a lot of pain ladies to the ladies on them albums. But those are the things that he's bottom albums. And then the niggas bought the albums. I'm supposing because of the I started fucking with, you know what I'm saying, that aggressive shit. Plus, you didn't have nobody like before beef and hip hop. You only had like two people that would call out names. You had like Dick and Ice Cube.
Right.
Niggas wasn't saying the name on their records when they was dissing each other. This nigga literally was just like saying like, you a bitch, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, holy shit. You know, except for, you know, Pac before he obviously.
Right. That's I mean, true. But that was I was sitting there watching it, and I feel like Fifth was he bullying this nigga though? Really? He was really. Yeah. I mean, if you really look at it, Fifth pretty much bullied everybody. Cause that, cause I don't know if the Fat Joe shit started after that. I remember in the midst of him getting into it with Lil Kim, I remember him pretty much kicking it off with. Did he ever say some shit about Benzino?
I don't know if Fifth ever saying shit. You know, I remember, D12 and shit about most of these motherfuckers attack Benzino. I can honestly say I don't remember about like I couldn't remember Tony Yayo or Lloyd Banks or anybody from out nothing about Benzino. Even if the track where motherfuckers was dissing Benzino, I don't remember specifically nothing that they said. That was more of a beef that Eminem and his people had because Benzino attacking him for being a white rapper and calling him a culture vulture and shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Man, that but to go further in that, I didn't see how it ended up being, because Obi Trice wasn't even signed yet, right?
Okay,
so I feel like Obi, Buck, like all them cats just came out of. I mean, well, Buck was already there, but like Obi Trice and Cassius and all of them, like
the beef that building every time they added this. So you had Aftermath Records, which was like Dr. Dre and Hitman, Nocturnal, Eminem. I want to say DLC was on Nocturnal for a minute, but then when Eminem and they did Venture, and you got Shady Records. Then you got everybody under there. Obviously everybody under G Unit. But in the interim, started with the Eminem and with shit based on some reviews. Was always on with the Source magazines talking about how many mics he get or whatever the fuck. And yeah, that shit just because actually I don't know if Exhibit was ever signed to them, but Exhibit definitely made a couple of Aftermath.
Right.
And Exhibit was the first in people together on that Say My Name. Or no, you don't
was that
know
Say My Name?
You don't know me. It was off that Exhibit, that first album Exhibit on there with Snoop on there talking.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's a dope ass album. A lot of people slept on. Had Snoop, Dre, RS1, Erickson, Alex, everybody was on that album. I have some of these in the hip hop history. But yeah, that's I don't know me. I don't know you. Some of it, don't approach me. I won't approach you. That was
okay. I remember that.
that was the first that I remember. That was the first diss record of Shady Aftermath, and then it kept piling on after that. Every time they add artists, the niggas just like this is how they get. They just got on the track and start dissing, trying to make hits no more. About this shit. You have 50 making hits. This nigga selling 10 million albums. You got Eminem going diamond, selling 10 million. They was making hits. You know, every single person next to those record labels and Ace was making diss tracks for like a solid years.
They was.
I was just 2 years.
Hey,
murdering everybody in the industry.
They was dropping mixtapes.
They was dropping whole diss tracks, bro. Like they literally ended Murder Inc. I don't care what nobody say. People fed cases, all that shit.
That's what I'm saying. They trying to say it was the fed cases.
They ended the value of selling Ja Rule core gangster rap. Sell him no more. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell us, dude.
I gotta bring this up because we're gonna have to go. I want to listen to both of them since we both here. But I still feel like the only person that beefed with 50 and like really did him in was Kiss. And you said you like that Animal, and I said I like that Checkmate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play that Checkmate and I'm gonna play that Animal.
Listen, okay, before you go there, that's two tracks he did. That's Problem Child, My Animal. And Jada redid both of those as disses to 50. I will concede that on Problem Child, I kind of like Jada's verses a little better. But even with 50 making that track towards nobody there's a track. Jada had to listen to it, take it in, and decide he wanted to change it and make it a diss song. So of course it's gonna sound better, obviously, because it's something people love remixes.
Right.
But promise listen to that Animal. Play it. Listen to it like you're not listening to it who had a diss, because it wasn't a diss track for 50. But his flow on that track is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
I'm gonna do 50 then. We can do 50 shit first.
No. Play Jada first. Trust me.
Play Jada first.
Play Jada first, and then go back and listen to 50 version. I promise you, it's a different. I hate to use this sound now, pun now, but it is a different animal on that. It's just completely different, bro. Real talk.
Can you hear that?
Very slightly.
Hold on. Let me go ahead.
Let me check the chat since they'll never let me.
Go ahead and play that.
Damn it, Jeremy telling me tips on how to do this thing. I'm doing it wrong. I can't dim the light. Shit. I turn this phone. That's still not gonna dim. I go this way.
Press this on your conscience. D block. Cheers.
Actually, I'm good without the headphones.
I ain't mad. D block double R. Fucking faggot. You gon' hear on this like grown men. You won't win. You don't even feel comfortable in your own skin. I rap my ass off. I'm fighting a champ with the glass jaw. At the Garden of Nassau. See me a couple of good niggas behind stars. Good niggas behind bars. I might never sell that much. I'll give up your last two quarters. I never tell that much. The music come out singing. You don't come out singing. You got
predicate.
You live in Connecticut. You don't be in the hood, you be in the woods. Fuck with me. You really gonna be for good. I'm on 4-5 myself. Hop out the range on 145 myself. This is a true fact. Since when has it become cool to get shot and not shoot back? Trackmaster show. I'm brave hearts help you, and everybody felt you. Now I gotta melt you. And don't try to pull rank on kids.
Ain't gonna miss.
I get real songs with big no made up shits. What's your second album about? Before I swell up your lips like seafood.
Me dog, steps ain't right.
new CDs we play. Pure garbage to break up butts on.
You should just sell clothes and sneakers. Out of your running around with the lieutenant and captain. It'll take a lifetime to see Kiss. You had to get shot 9 times to be rich. Rat ass nigga.
You an animal. Use a motherfucking animal.
Pig ass nigga.
Use an animal. Use a motherfucking animal.
Snake ass nigga.
Use an animal. Use a motherfucking animal.
Matter of fact,
you ain't no animal.
I'm gonna show these motherfuckers how to handle you.
So all I'm saying is
it's fire. It's fire. I can't deny that. It's fire. Listen. Now go listen to the original version of that song. Let me fix these lights. And tell me if I'm still echoing.
Nah. You good.
Okay.
That was my stuff right there. He went crazy.
All right, now 5 to 50.
They got 50. That's that I'm an animal.
50 Cent animal. That's all you gotta type in. This is just a better track. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. This is gonna hurt this time. Let's see if y'all need to survive the second round.
Oh shit, I forgot it was this song. Where the audio go?
Hey, let's go. So was Wu Kid making these beats?
DJ Kid was just making. I think DJ was just maybe curating the beats. I don't think he was making them. I ain't never heard nothing about who Kid producing.
Okay.
Fired up. Listen to this.
This reminds me of Mechanic.
Mechanic still one of the best songs. Talk to me if you ain't in my bracket. Bill, that's 50 at the tax. Stop on that. Come, this shit get funky. This is for the G's.
$50 gave me 50.
You said what?
Okay.
Listen. Listen. Not only was his flow better, but there's a ring of truth to what he says. It's kind of like for that it might be listening in the battle rap. It's kind of like the difference between listening to the saga, the Christian battle, talking to somebody in the trunk, versus listening to Gotti talking about putting somebody in the trunk.
Right.
All of these things count to me. The authenticity of it counts for me. When Jada, this, you ain't no animal. I do this and all that. He ain't really say nothing so aggressive outside of based on don't like you, and you famous for getting shot. You know what I'm saying? But that raw aggression, we've seen that in play in real life. Video of Jada nobody ass hollering you at the damn video at the award show. There's no video of the lock stabbed while Dr. Dre Jones right there.
Hey, you remember what Pimp C said? About 50.
What did he say?
Oh, you ain't know about that?
No, but I just need Amanda.
That's when Pimp C was like he was like, yeah. All them niggas all them rappers talking about they was gonna touch 50 Cent. All them niggas say they was gonna put their hands on 50 Cent. I watched 50 walk around with no security all day at the awards. No security, nobody with him, and not a nail man touched that man.
Yeah, and look, Pimp C, one thing Pimp C was known for was keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, right?
That's what Trill came from. The Trill. People will tell you, and I'm telling you from a nigga who knows street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this the authenticity in what you're saying is show actions. When Jada Nell was on the phone trying to argue with Puff about the publishing, the difference between that phone conversation and the phone conversation where a nigga almost immediately apologized for getting loud with 50. You understand what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker got loud. He was like, "You want to do that?" He's like, "No, I ain't going there, boo boo." Like a nigga damn near apologized, fam. That was who was that? Cam?
That was Styles P.
That was Styles and Cam did the same. Got on the phone, got loud, Cam just Curtis. Both did the same thing. Aggressive, and the nigga was like, "You really want to do this?" And the motherfucker was like, I ain't even you know, start copy please. Like, look, we albums, we trying to sell it.
Right.
I ain't trying to get shot.
Right.
You know, that's when if motherfuckers forgot. G Unit.
That shit was so ass.
That shit disappeared. That nigga homie got shot outside the radio station in New York. The next thing you know,
was so ass.
Next thing you know, this thing with Farrakhan shaking hands and hugging 50. Bro, I pay. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, why you got all these Russians in here talking?
There's Russians in here?
There's Russian comments. I think they Russian.
Get the Nazis, Jeremy. Get the Nazis.
All right, man. I don't know what's happening.
Get the Nazis.
I'm kind of nervous about that. I don't want to be down.
Luke and Sliven.
Right. Man, listen, don't start talking about no schnitzels and shit. Breaking through our damn broadcast. Next thing you know, it's just boom goes for everybody. But yeah, my bad. Let me fix that. But no, what I was saying was no, I like on it. A lot of the nigga can actually rap. The beat as far as beef, like 50, because even the people who did it, like all memorable beef records, DJ Quick only had like 2. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even though 2 was enough, maybe 3. I think he had 2 C8 and one towards Tim Dog. But yeah, maybe 3 was enough. But with 50, he's literally put out about 5 albums of that shit over a period of 2, 3, 4 years or some shit.
Right.
Like, and then had the audacity to show up on other people's songs and diss people on them.
True.
Yeah, I miss those days in hip hop.
Good times. Good time. So did Jay have 50 grand in the hood? Was Jay the one that put 50 grand on 50?
That was the rumor, was that Jay-Z, not Jay the Kiss, but Jay-Z had put money on 50. Rumor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that the chat just blew up. I hope that's somebody. Okay, I was about to say.
He's talking about it blew up with commies in it.
What's happening? Somebody get Jesus using his Wi-Fi. He's stupid. But no, whole 50 grand in the hood was the hip hop side of it. The rumor was that it was Jay, but more like he probably was Ring.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. More likely it was some actual street shit, because a lot of motherfuckers don't know was connected with what's his face, Haitian Jack and all them motherfuckers, the ones that pop.
Well, see, that's why 50 said he ain't worried about it. He done beef with real gangsters before.
Yeah. How you gonna beef with somebody who doesn't actually do nothing to you? Or as Calico, going back to battle rap, say, how I'm gonna beef with a nigga? Why the nigga out if I know he won't kill a nigga? Like, I don't want no battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know y'all not about that life for real. So for me, it's just, this entertainment at this point.
So my thing is that I want to do about maybe about 40s. Well, like, cause I know it's beefs that I really don't know about. Like the Dungeon family have beef?
No. I'm almost 100% certain I can actually flatly say no to that. Dungeon family might have taken a shot at T.I. and them, but T.I. and them was under that point, and it was only like an Atlanta type of thing.
Right.
But as far as like beef, I don't think so. But I do remember a little comment that was made on one of the little skits on the album. It was like, ain't y'all supposed to be Pimp Squad Click or some shit like they said in that. It's like, I thought y'all, you know what I'm saying, it was somebody coming in this album and talking about they don't fuck with Outkast and like that.
Saying they don't?
Yeah, it was on the Outkast album. Dude came in, he was like, you don't fuck with that Cast? I thought that was your folks. And then the dude was like, hey, y'all supposed to be some pimps, some shit like that, pimp squad, gangster shit like that. And I remember when T.I. and them came out, they was talking about the Pimp Squad clique. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's unconfirmed. That with 100% certainty. But somebody who listens to the details like me, I remember that distinctly, that the names that they said in that little skit was exactly what T.I.'s.
Right. I want to get when we do the next one, I want to get into T.I. and Luda. Because that went on for years.
That was a good one. But you know what? We could do that, and I'd do that 100%. But shit, my bad. Put my hand in front of the camera. I'd do that 100%. But just for the me, and for the old folks that's around my age that might want to listen to it and talk about it, we gotta go back and talk.
Kumo D?
No, now that's too far back. I don't even want. Those niggas don't know how to use computers.
Cannabis?
I don't worry about them. I was trying to talk about all the beefs that Ice Cube had before he decided to be not so in the gangster shit. You know?
Cube had so many damn subliminals though.
No, he ain't just had subliminals. Cube had actual beefs. Like, people forget. Like, everybody Cube with the NWA No Vaseline. That's probably the greatest diss track all time. Easily, you know what I'm saying? Like, that track is like probably the worst diss that anybody ever got, especially a nigga that used to be in the crew. But Cube takes shots at he took shots at 50. Cube took shots at niggas that used to be with him, Mac 10, all it like do like if you go back.
You gonna have to break that. You gonna have to break that down for me because I wouldn't even see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you gotta. Cube literally was going at not Cameron, but Cam from the Watts.
Yeah, I know.
The W shit because Cam said Watts meant W. The W meant Watts, and Ice Cube said it meant West Coast, and that just started some little goofy ass shit. And then Cam act like he got Cube stolen on in the music video or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, Cube was going everybody for a minute. Like Cube was dissing Jay-Z. He had a couple shots at Pac before Pac died. Cube talked about Dre a couple times outside of the NWA beat. He used to literally get on the track and just go ape shit. And that he was like Eminem with that shit. It didn't matter who you was. He was going at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of them top niggas in the game, Q was gonna have some shit to say about you. And some of those shits was actually kind of classical.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into that. You're going to tell me some tracks to play while we on.
Listen.
Yeah, definitely. Send me a list.
Cube ain't everybody's cup of tea. He favorite rappers all time, always have been.
Really?
Actually, Cube. Yeah. You don't actually listen to the nigga, but he got a lot of shit. Cypress Hill, he did Cypress Hill so dirty. Q was into it with Common from Chicago.
Yeah, I remember that. But he Common was into it with the whole Westside Connection.
Common won that shit against Cube though. Like I don't know if I'm being biased because I'm from Chicago, but Common won that shit. That Bitchin' You song was just better than it was better than the shit that Cube had put out. And then Cube came to Chicago and they wound up squashing it. It got to we ain't getting no other records out of that shit. It was just the one reply. But he definitely Cube had a lot of beef. Probably up there with G Unit now. The only difference was he was by himself and
Right.
Fuck with people back then, but that nigga would actually do that shit on his retail album. You listen to that shit to listen to Q. Next thing you know, it's talking about somebody ranting. God damn.
Well, shit, Uncle, I appreciate you coming through and doing this one. We're gonna do another one next week sometime if you're free.
Yeah, I plan on being free as long as I'm breathing. Thank you for having me on, and I'll get a tripod, actual podcast at home. So for anybody watching, I apologize. You see his side look professional, and I'm like sitting like a dude on the couch.
But shit, honestly, I feel like I gotta get me another. Yeah, there goes Jeremy right there. I gotta get another. I gotta make sure I have my beats plugged up.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta